Do I need to change anything for this? I have my spears. Yeah, I have my spears. Supposed to be swords? Axes? They're supposed to be sword. Doesn't really matter right now. This is likely to be undead. We could switch over to Decayed Heater Shields. He's going for DPS. He's missing out on a little HP. No, I don't want to roll him on. There's 2 rolls I'm looking at that guy. So I have 3 frontline characters, right? The 2-handers, which are just pure 2-handers. I've got the DPS tanks, which are high melee defense, medium stamina, with very high accuracy. Those are the swordsman backgrounds and the retired soldiers backgrounds. Those guys are the ones who switch to great axes. That's this build here, right? Which is utility, spear mastery, which may or may not get taken on all the guys because I have 2 very strong spear master characters right now, with bags and belts and quick hands. These are the ones who, once orc warriors get engaged, they'll switch out to the great axes and start beating on people. I have enough of those right now. I think I have 4 of those leveling or 5 of those leveling. That's plenty. What I'm short on are megas and short on pure 2-handers. The pure 2-hander build gets a little bit more fancy with, well, not fancy, a bunch of stupid shit basically. I kind of hate the 2-handed build right now. With reach advantage, berserk, frenzy, it's probably going to pick up indomitable, although I'm not entirely sure what the last couple of stats are going to be. It's one of the ones I have the most questions about because I have the least experience with it. The goal of the 2-handers is you stick them in front of orcs, you stick them standing next to each other in the center of your line and orcs in control with spear walls, and you funnel the orcs into them so they can actually use the AoE effect of 2-handers. That's the goal of the 2-handed build. So I have plenty of DPS tanks, which are these guys here. I'm missing a couple 2-handers. I only got 1, and I need at least 2. And depending on how I want to do it, I could do 2 in the middle and 2 on the outsides if I really wanted to. At the minimum, I need 2 in the middle, and I don't even have a second one yet. Although, kind of maybe. This guy's looking like he might. His accuracy is going to be a little bit lower than I want. The problem with 2-hander builds is they have to hit to get reach advantage. The only way reach advantage triggers is when you hit the attack. If you're not hitting the attack, you don't get the defense bonus, which means you just get fucking pulverized. So, anyways, I need accuracy on those guys. And the other problem is I just lost one of my big megas, right? So Go Josh is 10, but I lost a level 7 or 8 mega not long ago. And we don't have any replacements. We got a couple guys who maybe could be megas, but they're like level 4. We got a guy and his stats weren't amazing anyways. And we've got, I don't know, Oak Dragon's a DPS tank. But there's another one who's going up the ranks somewhere. Gujar, right? Gujar's getting kind of close to being useful again. He'll probably be a mega, but his stats weren't great for a mega. He doesn't have the double defense rolls, and this guy's only got 1 defense roll. So they're going to be kind of so-so megas. They're just going to be megas because the rest of their stats don't really contribute to anything meaningful. This guy's stats are actually late game amazing mega stats, right? Because it's got double melee defense with starting at 8. This is going to be one of the highest melee defenses we can get in the game. So this could be a super sick mega, in which case I need to start assigning stats that way. The problem is, if we rolled decently, 89 is not bad melee skill either. But anyways, we got a level guys. Mora can sit this one. I think a great axe, 65. No, I'll take the pike. It's fine. All right. Archers look all right. We've got our rally up here. Have some unassigned levels, but that's to be expected a lot of the time. Okay, let's check this out. God damn it. I want undead right now. This is a big ass camp. 18? 18? That's a fucking lot of dudes. Is it all young? Should have waited till I got the bird report. Does look like it's all young. That at least is a plus. See how this goes right now. Bad, already stunned through on this side. It is a problem. I don't want those archers vulnerable. I have no way to save the archers if they get engaged onto. I think I should have left Killgestad there. I was thinking I wanted this guy to move down to help protect cat attack, but I actually don't think that's true. I think I'm going to switch sides. Potentially rally over here. Oh, just got stunned through. It's too bad as well. As I walk away, of course, they get a ton of morale lost there. Nasty camp. 18 of these guys is a lot. That's scary up here with the double wave with the braking. Argument right now to have rally on the mega. Alright, 3 of them fleeing now. That's at least good. Wait till they clear out. Again, I'm waiting for these to clear out. thought I needed the damage down here, and I'm not sure I do anymore. Let's move in there. Okay, that opens up line of sight to that. Cubics. Good Joshua. Two connected for 40% defense. I was hoping to get a kill for morale's sake, but okay. Good, crushing their morale. Alright, morale down here is fine. It's up here is the problem. So what is Gifted doing over here? Gifted is 3 defense. Right now these guys are having a 24% chance to hit him, and it's higher because he's wavering. I mean, there's the numbers. It always feels so fucking valuable to me to attack the wrong target. I'm talking about that. Didn't improve his morale. It's kind of surprising. We did just get the first Berserk proc of the game. Which now I can't, of course, double AoE, annoyingly. But still, it gives us 60% defense, which is really nice. JJ's okay. Let's wait for them to run. I get attacks all the time, but not because I care, just because he's there. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, the rolls, when the shitty stuff happens, he's almost never attacking. He's just taunting. When the non-shitty stuff happens, he's doing that. I mean, I guess we get up here and start shooting this guy. Oh, it's still blocked, huh? How does that funneling technique work against full orcs or raiders with shields? We didn't do any funneling here, so we haven't done that yet. I don't know. I saw it. Melrose was showing me it on one of his. It's one of Arvius's subs. Was showing me it, and it looked kind of interesting. Because what I found is that all the builds I was using last season were fucking amazing, really, really good, really solid until the very, very late game when I was fighting like 24 or 25 orcs at once, and like there's like 10. Orc warriors in there or something like that. Then that started getting just a little bit sketchy, because what the problem seemed to be was basically I didn't have quite enough DPS to get where I needed to go. I was a little bit slow on killing things, in other words, and I'm a bit worried about that for the Orc Warlord Camps, for the Goblins, for the Black Monolith stuff. I feel like there's some potential to run into trouble. And I want to make sure that we have that eventuality covered. That we're not going to run into... should have moved over there to help with that. We're not going to run into too low of a DPS. Back, experience, come back. Alright. Uncut gems. Give me some fucking legendaries already. Holy crap. Okay. Build for the hardest because they'll be fine for the easiest? Maybe. Maybe. They're very greedy builds, honestly, when you look at them. I'm not sure I like them at all, but... Alright, some shitty hatchets. I mean, everything beats Orc Shields, though. Orc Shields are ultra shitty. Okay. Not really what we were expecting to fight there, but it's fine. Level ups anywhere? Level up on Kjelstad, who now has 2 levels of stats. I don't know what happens here. I don't think I've ever done this where I left stats sitting around. I better get both those levels of stats. Hey, Cat Attack level 11. It's kind of bad. Means Cat Attack might be our sacrifice. And I want this Caravan Hand shit to actually proc. Dude, what if he sacrifices the monk? Then all my Hedge Knights just go ape shit on each other. You think I need dogs? I'll take that into consideration. Alright, final perk. Throw away the man flesh? Nah, dude, it's free food. Man flesh isn't bad. It's tasty. Full of nutrition and nutrients. So we have a decision here as well. This build is essentially finished. This is the final decision point here, and it's between shield spec and... Well, the ones I'm looking at could go a number of different ways, but the ones I'm looking at are... shield spec and anticipation. Benefits of both at this stage in the game. Benefits of anticipation are that with a kite shield, you actually get a fairly decent range defense, and I'm worried about goblins. Goblin City in particular, I'm very, very worried about. It'd be nice to have a decent range defense on a character that I can bring in. The problem with the two-hander build is there's just no way to fit in range defense in the two-hander build. There's too many things it already requires, and it requires them all of the time, so I can't fix range defense in the two-hander builds. What I'm worried about is my damage in the goblins versus goblins, and I don't have a lot of gut damage versus goblins. Can't bring the two-handers. The bows are so-so. The megas do no damage at all, so they're not relevant to that discussion. So where does the damage come from? Hybrids are good versus goblins, but I don't have any hybrids, so... Where does my damage come from for goblins? So a part of me wants to bring the damage, not this build, it's this build here, to the goblins versus the goblins. And I want them to survive that. There's 2 ways I could do that. I can run shield spec. Shield spec's going to give me something like, what is 25? What's a quarter of 25? 6 1/4. So you get 6 range defense with shield spec, as well as getting harder to kill shields and like 3 to 4 melee defense all of the time, all of which is useful. So that's the kind of compromise, right? That would be the compromise build there. You get shield spec. The alternative is pick up anticipation versus goblins, and you're likely to be, let's call it 4 tiles is a pretty random number to pick, but what's the kind of the center of the range where anticipation is going to be helping you? Around 4 tiles, right? 3 to 4 tiles. Let's say 3 tiles even. At 3 tiles, if we're rocking like 30 defense, this guy's probably got a little bit higher range defense than normal. Let's say 30 defense on 30 range defense on these guys on the kite shield equipped. Then anticipation is going to be bringing you up, and we're talking 3 tiles. You get another 3, brings it up to 33. You take 30% of 33, you get another 11. So you're talking like 44 range defense. So you're getting 14 range defense out of anticipation for that, which is pretty good. The downside is it doesn't help you versus most of the other enemies. It will help, I suppose, versus raiders too, the anticipation. So I'm considering anticipation as the final capstone point of this. Doesn't work like that? Yes, it does. Pretty sure it does. Anticipation. You get, in green, green is the number that changes, right? Anticipation gives you 1 plus 10% of your base range defense. Shields don't work with anticipation. Are you sure about that? Oh, it does say base range defense, so shields don't affect anticipation. I didn't know that. That's very useful. Oh, I thought you were saying the 10% didn't apply. I thought you were saying the 10% didn't go up per tile, so that it wouldn't go 2 plus 20, 3 plus 30, 4 plus 40. I thought you were saying it didn't do that, but I was pretty sure it did. But I did not know about the base portion of that. Okay. That does make that a little bit easier because they don't have the stats to be leveling that. So that will help that build. So that becomes shield spec then. Okay. Good. I made that a lot super. Okay. I see. So then we're probably running shield spec here. Other alternatives would be some sort of damage perk, such as Killing Frenzy, which I really like. These guys will get kills occasionally, but they're not really there to be getting all of the kills. So I don't really care too much about that. Shield spec will be help them too versus orcs beating their shields down. Yeah. Alright, let's try shield spec and see how I feel about it. Alright, a little bit more accuracy, a little bit more melee defense. Could roll on range defense there too. This is a shit roll. It's a shit roll. It's a shit roll. Yeah, let's take range defense. Okay. You like fearsome? I don't like fearsome. Tried it, didn't like it. The number one thing I care about having spear wall for is undead. Undead are immune to it anyways. Alright, what are we doing with Kalistad? 20 base anticipation makes you a god. Haven't really found that to be true. I mean, all of our archers are over 20, and all of our archers are still getting like 15, 20%. So I feel like you need 30. 30 base, you start to be pretty much a ranged god. So, vote for Sick Mega. We have our second two-hander leveling. He's level 9. 2 two-handers might be enough. They won't help me versus goblins. It will help me versus lots of other things. Morale is how you beat Goblin cities and orc towns. Do goblins ever charge your spear walls? I've never had goblins do that, ever. Mora says, Muragra. Which I assume he means mega. It's probably just a little typo, but it looked cute. It looked like you were a Murloc. I wish I could see both those rolls. What if they were both level 3s? They're both 3 attack. I'd probably just roll with it. Sick Mega. See, the thing I liked about Megas, though, is you could take such a shitty background like a farmhand and make sick Megas out of them. Feels a little bad to be doing that with. Oh, interesting. So you just start quick hands with all ranged weapons, so you always seem to have range superiority to them. They all come in attack. Yeah, it leaves you pretty fucked the first round, though, doesn't it? Because to get those crossbows out, you have to get a loaded crossbow, you have to start with it out, which means you don't get your first round behind shields, which means the first round of enemy archer fire is absolutely devastating. He's a sick mega that can occasionally hit stuff, yeah. But he could be a top tier two-hander. Like, I don't think there are better two-hander stats than what we're just... I mean, that's not true. If the range star was a melee offense star, we'd do that in a heartbeat, but Like if one of those was switched up there, both of those were switched up there. These are good mega stats. Megas aren't so dependent on fatigue, honestly. Like they use them and it's nice, but it's not super critical because they can taunt cost 15 a round and you get 15 back every round. So it's not super essential. Second roll is a 1, it just averages out to 2, it's fine. As I said, I'm very hesitant on this. I don't have an answer. Because there's pros and cons of both. I mean, I've got some guys who can act as megas. I mean, part of mega is just what you do with them, right? Like the melee defense is what keeps them alive long run. But in the short term, just standing there taking hits is, you know, something most guys can do. Who's all sad over here, Goocher? Oh. We do need another one relatively soon. Another 2 relatively soon would be good. I like to run 3 of them versus orcs. I'm not sure any of these guys. I mean, what are we looking at stat-wise on Guji right now? I can see his base melee defense. He's at 11 base melee defense, and this is -2 over here. It means he's gonna be targeted incessantly with fucking range fire. 11 at 5. It's not good. It means he's basically he either started 0 and rolled average. So what does that mean? He's got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got 6 levels left, coming in at 2s. He's gonna be 12. He's gonna be 23. So 23, you throw in the shield. It's 33 is 38. Compare that up here. Already at 51. I think I'm gonna go mega. All right. All right. First roll. Defense, stamina, HP. Could avoid Colossus entirely. Second roll was another 3, by the way. He double rolled. Could have had 6. Could have been a 71 attack. Game. All right. 3 there. 4 there. 3 in resolve. It's a pretty good roll in resolve. Okay. Resolve or HP here. Both are good rolls. Resolve is not perfect though. I want to raise that resolve to over 50, so I want to at least 6 more. One more roll and skip Colossus. What is the advantage of skipping Colossus on that build? Maybe? The megas have a lot of extra stuff that I don't really care about. Like I guess I could get rally and shield spec or something out of that. I don't know, I like Colossus. I like the reduction in injury portion of Colossus. But I can roll on, I'm okay rolling on the HP roll. I don't even mind having a shit ton of HP. It's fine. Okay. Let's go with Steel Brow.